Hey friends, it's Jess and welcome back to my channel. Today I am joining a couple of other crafty YouTubers and making a Valentine's Day pocket letter for one lucky winner. This pocket letter will be full of stash building goodies. It's open internationally, but you do need to comment using my special code word to be entered in the drawing. I will mention that code word later in the video, so be sure to listen carefully. But for now, let's get started, and I'm going to show you how I made my portion of this collaborative pocket letter. So to get started with my piece, I took a pocket letter sized piece of cardstock, which is 2.5 by 3.5, and I used the creative corner from my Misty to score a couple of lines all the way down my card. Now I have been using this technique a lot to do shiplap and wood grain style backgrounds, and I did the exact same thing here. I have a couple of other videos that I can link for you right now if you're interested in checking out this technique in more detail. But I decided to change things up this time and use Distress Oxides in some unsuspecting colors. So instead of using my normal browns, lighter brown and a darker brown, I decided to go wild and use some blue and pink to make my background. So I did all of the same techniques that I would have done with my brown or neutral colors, but I did them with these wild and crazy colors because I thought they would be really fun and fit the theme for our pocket letter collaboration. So I used the Distress Oxides because I liked the way that they blended together nicely, and I got a really smooth coverage with those colors. So here I am using just my bright pink color and kind of just coating the edges. Like you could see, I used the ruler to kind of go along the scored areas, and then I went back over that with the pink. Now I'm coming in with Distress Ink rather than Distress Oxide, and using that darker blue just so that I can get some nice detail and have a little bit of a varying color scheme. I did go in around the edges and add some direct to paper inking just to give it a little more depth and interest. And that kind of finished off my background. Now I decided that I wanted to have a super duper cute little critter, and before I put him on, I decided that I wanted to make it an underwater scene. So I actually got out my liquid elements from Brutus Monroe, and I spritzed on some really pretty but subtle mist, which is metallic, and it's really super pretty. It adds a nice shine and sheen to the card without being overly overpowering the rest of the card. And then that way I could add my cute little octopus. So this set is from Fawn. It is called Octopi My Heart, and I'm just using some Copic markers to color him up and make him super duper cute. I did add some white gel pen accents as well, and added a cute little bow to the top. I guess it is a girl since I put the bow on the top instead of using it as a bow tie, but it is what it is. So I did go ahead and attach that using my Gina K Connect glue. I have been totally obsessed with this glue lately. So this was definitely my choice for this project. And once I was happy with that, with my cute little bow in place, I went ahead and moved on to my sentiment. So I decided to stick with just the single stamp set because I liked the simplicity of that. And of course, it goes perfectly with the stamp itself. So the stamp set here says, "You Octopi My Heart." And I just think that is so stinking cute. I love a good pun, so this was right up my alley. I took out my mini Misty and I got a piece of navy cardstock. So the theme for this collaboration was pink, navy, white, and then like a silver or gray. So I wanted to stick really closely with that color theme. So I used my navy cardstock here, and I used some white embossing powder from Brutus Monroe. I did also use my embossing ink from Brutus Monroe. I really like that this ink is not sticky. It is oil based, so it gives you a lot longer to use it before you'd have to worry about your ink not being viable as far as sticking with the heat or with the embossing powder. I like that it doesn't dry quickly like some of my other embossing inks. Like I said, it is oil-based and not sticky. I'm using a coffee filter so that I can control my mess on my desk. I'm using the Alabaster embossing powder from Brutus Monroe, just sprinkling it on there and then tapping off the excess with my finger just to make sure I don't have any stray embossing powder where I don't want it. Once I got all my powder out of the way, I took my Wagner heat tool and heat set that embossing powder. I did go ahead and trim these pieces down so that they would fit nicely on my card, and just kind of played around with that placement so that I could get a good feel of where I wanted things to go. I did decide that I liked the octopi at a little bit of an angle, so I went ahead and did that. I'm using my Gina K Connect glue again to adhere my sweet little sentiment strips to my card, and that will almost finish off my part of the pocket letter, but none of my projects would be complete if I didn't add, you guessed it, sequins. So that is what I finished my card off with. I did go ahead and consult my tiny container storage unit to see which color of sequins I thought might go best, and I picked out a really cute bright pink set of sequins. I really liked this color and how it coordinated with the rest of my card. Now I did want to keep my little panel fairly flat because I knew that it was going to be going inside of the pocket letter. Otherwise I may have done some thicker embellishments, but I thought that this nice subtle touch was just enough to add a little bit of sparkle and bling but not go too crazy with the dimension. So that finished off my part of the pocket letter, but make sure that you hop along in the description below. Just so you know, my special word down below is hugs, so be sure you use that in a sentence so that you can be entered to win this full pocket letter from all of us. Thank you so much for watching. The hop list is down below in the description. Here are also some inspiration videos in case you'd like to keep watching. As always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and like this video, and I will see you again really soon in another video.